Welcome back to my channel. I'm Addie Bell, and it's a beautiful day, nice and crisp outside. I have my warm sweater on, so I thought it was a perfect time to do a nice, cozy fall look. So grab a cup of coffee and join me. I think I am going to first do my eyes. That way, I'm going to try to do quite a dark look, and I don't want any fallout getting on my foundation or anything else on. So, and my lips are super red because I've been trying all these different lipsticks that I wanted to use today. And so this is not the natural color of my lips, but they're all stained right now. Anyway, so I am going to start out with the eyes. So the two palettes I'm actually going to work today, I'm really excited. I haven't used the Fenty Beauty, any of her, those Snap palettes. The one that I'm using is the number 7. I love the shades in this. They are, I'll do the names in a second, but here is what they look like. I'm not sure what colors. I might use this yellow for a shade, and then I think I might use this brown for a crease shade. So we'll see how that goes. The colors are called, let's see if I can get that to focus again. We've got Money Mission down here. I can't do this. And then we have Take Cover. And then we have Glamo Ammo. It's kind of, we have up the top here, we have Good Cookie. And then the yellow in the middle is She Salute. And then the green is Fatigue. And I kind of want to use the green, but I'm a little worried. I'm pretty olive toned and it's a very olive color. So almost like when I swatched it, kind of almost goes, it's too much for my skin tone to kind of like pop out. So we're going to see if we can get that to work. The other colors, I wanted some red, some deeper reds. And oranges, and so I'm going to use some colors in this ColourPop palette. I actually, it came broken like that. It was like broken when I got it, and I didn't feel like going through and like sending it back, which I should have, because I really like that glitter right there, but oh well. So I'm going to probably use a little bit of the reds, maybe another crease color is right here in there as well. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I want to do kind of a deepish, kind of red, orange, yellow color. Just want to look like a fall leaf, I guess. Not too much like a fall leaf. I am going to put some primer on my eyes just because I'm planning on using a lot and going pretty far out of the crease, that I want to make sure that I get some primer. I just use the Mary Kay primer. I've had it for a long time, so I don't even know if it exists anymore. But it's just called eye primer. And it just, I think it helps keep the eyeshadow on a little bit longer. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go into the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadow, number 7, and I'm going to use the color, it's called Take Over, and it's that like brownish color there in the middle, and I'm just going to put this in the crease. I want to blow this out pretty far, so I'm going to try and bring this out as far as I can. Another reason why I like to just do my eyeshadow first is sometimes I might go up too high or out too far, or I don't like the wing look I'm trying to get, and so I just go with my concealer or my foundation, I just bring it up, and that way when I get to the color I want and the shape I want, I can kind of use the concealer to shape it a little bit better for me. So I'm really trying to bring this out instead of up. Do like a little bit of a wing, but more with my shadow. So you can see it coming out. Eventually I want it to go up like that. So like, okay. So I also decided I'm gonna get out my Tartelette palette as well. I want to use kind of one of that orange color that I use all the time. If you watched my last video, I used it too. I know I need a new palette, but I love this palette so much that I'm trying to get all I can out of it. So I'm doing the same thing, but I'm trying to keep this just in the corner. So we've got the color going there. And now I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. So then I'm going to go in with a color called Maintenance and the ColourPop shadow that I was using right there. I'm going to knock off as much of the excess as I want. I don't want to go in too deep. And I really want this to stay out in the corner. So I am just slowly blending it just in where I've blown out up here. And I'm kind of doing a little bit of a V look. So bringing it out and bringing it back in. I want to do that on both sides as well. And I forgot to take the excess off, and that is why you do. Because you see I have like, I'm going to have a fun time trying to get that to blend out. So. So that's how you kind of just build and build and build. I always feel like this doesn't look natural until you get the mascara on. Lastly, I want to use this yellow, and I'm not really sure how it will look, so I'm going to try it, because I do think that would make a really good color for fall, but I don't also know how it will look with what I've chosen. So I'm just putting it on the rest of the color, and I am bringing it in, and I really like that yellow. That looks really good. I'm just using a flat tip brush, and it is my 206, my Sephora 206 brush. I'm just using the smaller end and just tapping it in. I don't want to get too much, and I want to be really more specific where I'm putting it. Really like that. So you can see the yellow just coming through. I want the orange color to kind of blend through a little bit more. So I'm going to take that crease shade that I was using here, right here. I'm going to take that crease shade and I will blend that through all the way to the corner. I'm using my number 5 BH Cosmetic. And that's the brush that I've used for the rest of this shade. And I just feel like it brings the dark and just kind of blends it back into that yellow. I'm going to take the yellow with the big brush to see if I can get just a little bit more pigment. I'm really into this burnt orange. It's not burnt orange. It's more like a burnt yellow color. It's this really fun color for fall. It's called She Salute. So it's that color in the palette. So really liking the eyes. Right now you can see them a little bit better as I close them. So that's just the top. I want to make sure that I bring that down, and so I really like using the 206 brush I was using. The bottom has a nice fluffy top. I don't really use it much unless I'm doing like a base, but it has a really good bottom where it's fluffy, but it's small enough to keep it in those condensed areas. So I'm going to go and use the same colors I used before, the crease shade I used before first. Blending down here is just as important. Bring that color down, but I like to do it last. So I did the crease shade. Then I'm going to go into the Tartelette, do that orange shade called Warmth that I did use second in my corner. And I'm just not going to bring it down as far. Just a little over halfway. I'm just bringing it a little over halfway. And the same on this side. A little over halfway. Just blend and blend and blend. So you can see that the color's coming down onto the bottom of my eye. And then lastly, I'm using the Maintenance color, the darkest color shade that I used from the ColourPop, really making sure I'm getting that excess off, and that I'm just keeping in the corner. Really tapping off the excess and then just staying in that corner. Like I said, I'm going to clean up the corners in a second just to make sure that they're nice and blown out and everything. But So I'm trying to go for a matte look. I am very much the glitter person. And so going for a matte look is very hard for me. But I feel like with fall, it just looks so good. So I'm trying to get more of that yellow pigment all the way throughout. That's the one thing, like I do wish that this color was just a little more pigmented. I'm putting some on my finger just to see if I can get it to come up a little bit more. I think that worked a little bit better. So that is the eye in terms of the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with mascara. I don't think I'll do eyeliner. I think I'm going to let the eyeshadow speak for itself. And so I'm just going to go in with mascara, clean up around the edges, and then that will be all of it. I'm using my normal mascara mix where I use the voluminous primer, and then I use the luminous lash paradise. I've been using this for a while. I think I'm almost out of the lash paradise, which I'm kind of excited for because I get to try something new. Mascara is done and we are ready to do foundation and get a nice base layer down. It's been a while because I've been doing my eyes, and so I'm going to go in and do a little bit of primer. Today I'm going to use the Tatcha Skin Silk Primer. There we go, there it is. And I got a little sampler piece, I guess you would say, with like moisturizer, cleanser, a dewy skin mist, and the primer. I've never used Tatcha before. Honestly, I probably won't ever buy it again, but it was a birthday gift from my husband, which was so sweet of him, and I've been actually really enjoying it, especially the cleanser. It's like I have a lot of blackheads on my nose, and it's the cleanser that has a some type of scrub in it, and it's a physical exfoliant, and it really helps the blackheads on my nose. My nose has never been like smoother, so I am really enjoying that. So maybe someday I'll go in and purchase it. So I'm just getting this everywhere. I have very dry skin, so even if I do skincare, even if it's been a couple hours, or even I think it's only been an hour, but my skin just soaks everything in. So I like to go in with a primer just to lay the base. And then I'll go in with my foundation. So the foundation I'm using today is the Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus Foundation, and I use the color, the shade for me is soft beige. It's the light medium color. I'm normally that light medium shade whenever I use foundation. The only thing I don't like about this is this stupid applicator. I really want it to be a pump, but so instead of putting it directly on my face, I just put a little, as much as I can. Let's see if you can see that. Just as little, maybe 2 or 3 of those little spatula drips on my hand, and then I just go in with a brush and just get it on my face as much as I can. Trying to not worry about the eyes yet. I think I'll do a little bit of shaping once I go in with some concealer. Haven't used this in a while. I actually got it a long time ago. I put it on my skin, and then I felt like my skin just like reacted to it or something. But then I was putting like all different kinds of foundation on my skin to see what would work, and everything was like, I thought it was reacting. Well, come to find out, my skin is very dry, and I just was not moisturizing enough, and my face would just get like peely by the end of the day, like really dry. Now that I put skincare on before I do my makeup, I can see such a difference in every single foundation I wear. I used to tell people I was allergic to foundation because I thought like that I was, but it really was just that I wasn't preparing my skin enough to be able to take on anything on top of it. Skin really isn't meant to have foundation, so getting foundation in my hair, I like it to blend up there, but not that much. Okay, so this is still drier than my favorite foundation is the Flower Beauty foundation, and I'm used to that type of dewiness. So this is a very still pretty dewy. looks pretty good. So that's what I'm going to do for the foundation. I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl concealer because that's just what I have. It's the True Blend Undercover, and it is in the shade Light Nude. And I just go right up in the corner on both sides. I don't want to go too close to where I've already put some eyeshadow. And then I take a little tiny beauty blender. I think this is number 1. It's so cute, but it's also very helpful getting into places and blending. Okay, so let's assess the situation. Yeah, I'm really liking the edges of the eyes. This side goes up a little bit more. So I'm going to bring this side up a little bit more. Oh, it's this side. I'm getting inverted. So that's the concealer. We have eyes with concealer, foundation, and now I'm going to go in with a little bit of color, get some color back into my cheeks. I'm going to stay on the Fenty Beauty line, and I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I use the shade Private Island, and I really like this bronzer. It's been working really well for me. I only go up to the really, really top of that bone right there. I try not to bring it too far down. I don't need a ton, just enough to bring color back in. I find the farther in I bring it, the dirtier it kind of looks. Also, harder time I have blending. So just want to make sure that I have some color, I have some shape going back into my face, and some warmth because I'm trying to get that nice fall warm feel. Okay, so there's the bronzer. I know I just took forever to do that. And then last I'm going to use a blush. So if you watched my last video, I did a review on the Ipsy bag and just kind of talked about what I liked, and I put it all on my face. And I was very wary of these blushes. I don't really like powdered blushes, and I don't really like I felt like the color was just a little too pink, and I normally use cream blushes. And I went in, and I actually love this. Now, you have to be careful. It's very, very pigmented, so don't get a lot if you don't want a lot, but I was very happy with this color. It's just it warms the cheeks. I didn't love the bronzer as very much. I went back and watched that video, and I was like blending that bronzer like crazy, and I just didn't feel like I ever got it blended super well. I love that. I love this blush. It's a really good color. I think that it just it's a good color for me. It has enough pink in it, but not too much, like this pink on my lips right now. It just warms the cheeks up. I really like it. So it's the Desert Sunset palette. The bronzer I don't like as much. I don't use it as much, but the Sunset Matte I think is the color of the blush. If you're looking for a matte blush, this is a great color. So that's the blush. And I feel like it's all really coming together. I'm also going to do a little bit of highlighter. I've been using the Milani highlighter. It's called Strobe Light. I just take a little bit on a pointy brush. This is the Zorea pointer foundation brush. Don't ever use point foundation brushes. and I just put it right on the high point there of my cheek. Sometimes it gives a line, so I do this first. I put it in my brow bone. I put it on my nose, on my cupid's bow, put it on my chin. But I definitely focus it on the high points of my cheek, and it's a little patchy, so I'll come in and get it to focus, and I'll just tap it in, and I feel like that really helps it blend. So just tap it in on both sides. Now, just look a little highlighted. I like it up on the brow bone as well. I'm not going to do my eyebrows. I don't do a lot with my eyebrows, as you can tell they're very full. These are my natural eyebrows, and they're just a lot, and they take more time to unfill than fill. So a lot of times I just leave it. I really like the big. Whoa! I just kicked my camera. I really like the big. Let me get us back to where we were. My big eyebrows. I really like the big look and just a little bit of shape, but not too much. So I just tend to leave them a lot of the times, unless they're getting too full, and then I got to go in and do a little bit of waxing. So last but certainly not least, what I'm most excited for is a nice dark lip. I am so excited about getting a good lip, and so I'm going to use the NYX. It's this really, really dark shade. Super excited about it. Love a dark lip. It's the color Siren. Also don't know how long I've had this, so, you know, don't judge if you look it up and see how old it is. And it's very dark, so you gotta be very careful. I love this, but I'm kind of going for more of that orangey look. So I want to top it with a copper lip, and what it does, I feel like, is just give it a little bit more shine, softens it a little bit, and gives it more of that orangey color. So it's the Maybelline lipsticks in the color Copper Charge. So it's definitely a copper, and I just put it right over, and I just feel like it gives it a little bit more a shine, and gets that orangey color. Now, of course, I get all that red on top of it, so I'm gonna have to clean that off in a bit, but I really like how that turns out. I think it really goes with the eyes as well. So this is the look. This is my fall look, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you are inspired now to go get ready for fall. Sorry. I'm excited to get ready for fall too. I need to change out all my summer flowers to fall flowers for my front porch. I need to get some mums, some pumpkins. So I'm really looking forward to doing that and just getting started into the season, because I feel like today is finally, like, I walked outside and I'm like, yes, it's still cold even at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm glad I wore my sweater, I wore my turtleneck today to work because I really felt like, yeah, finally fall. So hopefully this encourages you to get on the fall wagon. Have a great day, everybody. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. More videos are coming. I have a lot of ideas, lots of plans, and I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Thanks. Bye.